Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 1st to the 15th, 2025 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, danehartguidedmessages.com or daneharttarot.com. They're listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ah! Oh my gosh. There we go. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Give me a moment just to center. Okay. At the center of it all, for the beginning of August, is the Eight of Wands. Things are going to be moving very, very quickly during this time. You can feel like it's moving too fast, but I actually feel like you've been waiting for the changes to come, and this is going to be good for you. It's like, okay, it's moving too fast, but you're like, I'm ready now. I'm ready. You weren't ready for the longest time, and actually I can see this energy of like, please slow down type of thing being around you. Like, I just can't handle this. But now you're stepping into this place where you can absolutely handle it. So if there's a doubt, if like, oh my gosh, can I handle more? Do I have this? It's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you're actually going to be making some really beautiful transformations in your life. It brings us then to the challenge. And this is the Page of Cups. This is us, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, right here. This is us coming through. We're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. And what we're going to be seeing here is inspiration comes to us in the most unlikely of places. Is it going to be something that we easily like connect with or see or understand? No, that's why it's the challenge, right? So here she has a teapot. I love the whimsy of this. She has the teapot on her head. She's pouring it into her cups. The fish are diving in. It's just ridiculous, but it's beautiful, right? It's ridiculous beauty. And that's what's going to be around us. The sense of ridiculous beauty, the sense of like, oh, well, that's absurd, but yet it is so perfect. So just be aware that that's how spirit is going to be communicating in the absurdly perfect. It moves us then to where we need to focus our energy during this time period. And of course, it's on the High Priestess. So angels are coming up everywhere during this time, and I see that connection here with the High Priestess. It's that veil being lifted from your eyes. It's the angels protecting you, but diving you deeper into their sacred knowledge, their sacred understanding. And the High Priestess is here to be like, I am ready to connect with this knowledge, but it's where we need to focus because it's part of our life path, our beauty, our understanding of ourselves and what is sacredly important to us, what is, absolutely connective to our being and to ourselves. So the High Priestess comes in, the veil is lifted from our eyes. We are surrounded by our angels, just seeing them, closing their wings around us, meaning that we are protected. But I also see us diving deeper into their knowledge, and they're going to be talking to us in a very interesting way. So this is going to be a time where sacred knowledge is just like a part of our everyday, and listening to the intuition of ourselves, or the intuition that spirit is giving us, our angels are giving us, is going to be really important. Now, what we're leaving behind is the King of Wands. And this is where we need to be a little bit mindful, because that's what Spirit was having me say. Like, where we need to be a little bit mindful is that we're leaving behind energy of, this is kind of like, what is the saying, like a Don Juan type of thing, like a person who's super, super charming. They have transformed our lives, but not necessarily in the way that we wanted them to. So this can be a person at work that I see this more as a romantic person. This relationship could have happened a long time ago. It could have been like yesterday. It doesn't really matter. But I do see the power that they have had over us, or like that seductiveness that they have had over us, leaving. There is also the sense, oh, that's so interesting. I never saw that before. That the fold in his clothing here mirrors the head of the salamander here. So this was a person with a coldness like a lizard. Okay? I don't know how else to describe it. They imitated a sense of warmth. They could do that, but they didn't have that warmth to them. Now, this is most likely a male figure. So it could be, a father figure. It could be a past lover. This could be, I know that's weird to put those so close to each other. I apologize for that. This could be a teacher. This could be a boss. This could be somebody who had a lot of power over us, or had a lot of influence on us. And now we're starting to see them for the cold person that they were. And also knowing that we don't want that coldness in our lives, because it's very interesting that I see that coldness, but they're a fire sign, right? They're all about passion. They're really good with like instant pleasure, instant gratification, but anything to do with the long term, we're not good at. It moves us then to our strength. And this is a star. This is Aquarius energy. I love the High Priestess with the star coming forward. I think that's beautiful. Aquarius energy is January 20th to February 18th time frame. This is what you've deeply wished for. This is sacredness to you. This is also cutting through illusions, being able to see the world in a realm of dreams. Yes, so like you can see the impossible, and people might call you an impossible dreamer. But Scorpio, during this time, you are going to be cutting through the illusions of doubts and fears and hurts and pains and I can't. And there's going to be a clarity that comes forward. And as that clarity comes forward, you're going to be given like a sense of like, well, do it this way. And you're going to think it's absurd. Like you really are. You're going to be like, well, that's absurd. But it's going to be really helpful. You can also have a very strong Aquarius energy in your life right now that's just going to be very helpful to you. Help you see your dreams, help you see what it is that you want, help you open up those doors. But it's also aligning you with what you have wished for. Like when you wish upon a star type of thing. And that Jiminy Cricket voice, very much the whole Pinocchio thing. How do you go from feeling, like you are being put through trials and tribulations in this world to become real, to become really who it is that you are, to go from being a puppet like Pinocchio to being the real boy that he became, right? How do we go from being a puppet in this world to being truly and authentically ourselves and standing firmly and powerfully in our space? And that's what the star is showing us. We are going to see our dreams come forward. We're going to see what is sacred to us come forward. And it brings us then to our near future, which is the Four of Pentacles. We can have a bit of blockage with our solar plexus chakra and our sacral chakra, okay? Meaning that like it could be a great idea. I'm going to recommend it because I do this personally, but to go to a Gonstead chiropractor, all right, can really help to align you and help you to then intuitively connect with your own intuition, because it can be very powerful when the spine is properly aligned. So it can be that, working on your sacral, working on your body that way. But this is also energy here, like blockage in your sacral chakra, which has blockage in your sensual self and your creativity, and blockage in your gut chakra, like your solar plexus chakra, right? And that's like being able to trust your intuitive gut. Like there could be tummy issues that have made it so that it's hard to trust your gut, right? Because you could be inflamed or in pain or whatever it is. And this is going to be a time where you're seeing, okay, what have I been shielding myself from that has to do with me moving forward in my prosperity, in my success, because there just has been too much coming at you. There's also a sense of holding on to the past too much and holding on to negativity from others, especially around money or what we value as much as money. And whenever we think I can move forward into my prosperity, that negative energy comes in, even just whispers like in the back of our mind to say, you don't deserve it, or you're never going to have it. And it's negative talk, and you're going to see yourself disconnecting from those vampiric ties that have been a part of you, that it might not even feel like, oh, they're there, but they're there. And you're like, I don't need this anymore. I don't want this anymore. It moves us then to the advice, which is the Five of Cups. Change your mind, change your life. With the Five of Cups, you are going to see yourself stepping into a new sense of you. You have the Two of Cups right here. This is healing, beautiful love. The Three of Cups, when like they're all falling apart, right? They're all falling down, or they're up in the air. That's everything we haven't done right, or the people who couldn't celebrate us. And now we're going to move towards healing. We're going to move towards love, towards connection. And it brings us then to our environment. There we go. There's the gosh darn angels again. I love this. I'm so excited. Like, this is so cool. With the Wheel of Fortune, your fortune is changing. The angels are untangling this web, this nest, this chaos that has been a part of our lives for just too long. And they're like, step back, I got this. And so there is going to be a time, or there can feel like a time of stop. Like, I just can't. And your angels are like, but you can. I've got you. I'm untangling all of this. But you are going to need to let the untanglement happen, to let the knots, like this that has been just knotted around this spinning wheel, it's an absolute mess, come undone. And it takes time to unravel yarn. It takes time for the season to change, but for the beauty of that season to come into our lives, to come into our mind, and to be a part of ourselves. It moves us then to our hopes and our fears. This is the Queen of Wands. To be crowned by the sun, we have the sunflowers on her throne. To embrace our fire and our passion, we have a soulmate connection here. So this lesson that was learned here, soulmate connection, it is a connection with your soul that needed to be learned. I don't believe in soulmates being your one true love. That's just not my thing. Though, you can meet a soulmate and they can be your one true love. They can. But I think we have many soulmates because we've had many lives and many experiences that shape us and guide us into the people we are now, into where we stand now. And the Queen of Wands with our fear, will I ever embrace my passion? Will I ever have that creative joy that I want? Or that success and fire and prosperity? And the Queen of Wands as a hope is to have all of that, to embrace our magic, to see ourselves, and to be powerful. So just being aware of this, that we're in a conflict, like, can I ever even get there? And Spirit's like, yes, you can. But remember, I always love to link the Queen of Wands to Hestia, the goddess of the hearth in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. She was once one of the main goddesses, like up there with Aphrodite and Venus. Well, Aphrodite and Venus are the same, right? And Zeus, and all these, Ares, all these big hitting gods that we know today. Do we know Hestia? No, we don't. We don't know Hestia. Hestia was supposed to be one of the top, I think 12 were the goddesses or gods, or I can't remember how many there were, but they were supposed to be one of the big hitters. And then after the Titan War, right, they were going to have another war, because now there were more goddesses than there were gods. Or there were 6, right? 3 and 3? Yeah, that's 6. So there were more goddesses than there were gods. And she was like, no, I'm not doing this fight again. Nobody was going to step down. They were all ready to start fighting again. And she's like, no, we've already seen this. I'm not doing it again. And she stepped down, and she became the goddess of the hearth, which is then the goddess at the center of every single Greek and Roman house. The center of every single human world. Kind of like the kitchen is today, right? And so here with the Queen of Wands, what is the center of your world? What is the passion that you are building towards? What is it that is sacred to you and ignites you forward? It doesn't have to be work. Wands are usually associated with work, right? Because it's the work that needs to get done. Yes. Back in the beginning of the tarot, they were the working class. Yes, okay. But it doesn't have to be, your job can be your job. It pays the bills, right? Puts food on the table. What is your passion? It moves us then. And how can we incorporate that passion into every moment of our lives? Even if it's just thinking about it, even if it's connecting that way. And it moves then into the potential outcome. And that's the 8 of Cups. Now, that's an ending as severe as a divorce. Like, we might go through all of this and be like, you know what? I'm in the wrong relationship. I'm in the wrong place. That's fine. That's up to our souls and ourselves. But this is also a profound ending when we're walking away from something that doesn't suit us anymore. It doesn't fit. Why are we keeping it? It's kind of like keeping the clothing in the closet for when we lose that weight. And we've been keeping it there for like years and years. It's kind of like free yourself. So here we are freeing ourselves. We are setting ourselves forward. With the 8 of Cups, we're walking away from what we once thought we would love so that we can walk into what we truly love now. where we truly need to be. It moves us then to our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is the nuthatch. It says stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming your way. You're going to be seeing things in a new light. Spirit is going to be talking to you and it's like, oh, well, that makes sense. Oh, I didn't think of it like that. And it's like, oh, that is exactly what I needed. And it brings us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And that is soul's healing. Our soul is being healed. First half of August, very powerful time for the healing of our soul and the connection of ourselves. We then have the energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And that's the 8 of Cups. We have to make sure that we're walking away from the right things. We can get frustrated with everything and be like, peace out, I'm done. This is too much. Like kind of like, I'm just hearing bye suckers, type of thing, like, I'm not doing this anymore, and you can be left handling it. I'm not. But we need to step back and walk away from the right things. Because we've also, I do see this kind of linked to that King of Wands energy, where like somebody walked out and it has always left a pain and a hurt. So you stay. So you're not them, right? You're not them. You don't leave. But sometimes leaving is the most important thing we can ever do for ourselves. And it moves us then to our subconscious. Spirit message, which is the parrot. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. It's time to be you, Scorpio. And you are extraordinary. It leads us then to the chakra energy of determination. This is the solar plexus chakra. You are determined and you feel like you've been battling upstream. Why? Because you have been battling upstream. You have been going through a lot. And as you have gone through a lot, you start to see yourself in a new way. You start to see what all the battles were for. Or you start to like just honor the battles. You don't even have to know what they were for. It's like, I honor that I did that. And most people wouldn't. It moves us then to the subconscious energy to be mindful of. That's the death card. Okay, that's us. We need to be mindful of getting in our own way. We need to be mindful of keeping things too secret, holding on to things too long, and letting them weigh us down. It's time to let go. I love Scorpio energy. I do. It's one of my favorites. But a negative Scorpio can be secretive and vindictive, as anybody can. So just be mindful about that. Just be mindful of releasing yourself from saying, I can't do this because of the past. And start saying, yes, I can. And freeing yourself as you move forward. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Empress. Prosperity, success, fertility, however you want fertility to come into your life, whether you want to be super productive at work, whether you want to be, start a family or be super productive in your home or be super creative, that energy is coming forward. So for better or for worse, be mindful about this. Subconsciously, you're wanting to create and cultivate. You're looking at building something bigger and better than you had thought or dreamed of or gained an understanding of. And so with the Empress, you're opening up those doors. You're seeing yourself honestly. And you're letting yourself move into this place, because we showed the Empress as a pregnant person because it's the place of magic. That's magic. But it was also dangerous, right? It still is dangerous now, but it's way less dangerous than it was back once upon a time. Here we are creating, and it always has a price. So it's looking at ourselves and saying, look at everything that I have been through, which can be accumulated towards the price that comes for creating, that comes for the knowledge to create and move forward. And you're opening up the door to yourself in a greater understanding, because I firmly believe that somebody who has lived a perfect life, I don't know if anybody has ever lived a perfect life, but has gone through no pain, no heartbreak, no disappointment. They don't understand. They don't see. They can't connect. And so they can't truly connect. They can't truly create. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of your positive energy as we embrace the power and determination of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed beginning of August and a blessed life. Bye.